Good morning, my darlings, and welcome back to the Cotswolds. Welcome to a brand new vlog. Charlie and I actually got home from our honeymoon last night. We got home at about 9 p.m, so not too late, after I think it was an 11-hour flight back from the Maldives. We pretty much went straight to bed after kissing the boys, who I've literally been kissing them non-stop all morning. I probably could have started this vlog 3 hours ago had I not just been kissing my babies non-stop today. Every time I try to get up from kissing them, I just think, no, I've missed you too much, and then I start kissing them again. It's a miracle that I've actually been able to have a Peloton, get showered, and do a few loads of laundry and unpack a little bit this morning, because honestly, I've just been in puppy kissing mode non-stop. So yeah, we're back home. It's Sunday. We have got a Sunday roast booked at the Bull later on today, which was a really good shout from Charlie because, well, we have nothing in the house food-wise aside from some eggs and bread that my mum very kindly picked up for us, and I think by that time we'll be starting to feel a little bit tired, a little bit jet-lagged, and having someone else do the washing up for a Sunday roast is honestly the best thing. The Bull is also one of our new favourite pubs here in the Cotswolds, so really looking forward to that. While we've been away, it has been, as I'm sure you might have seen from other people's Instagram stories and videos, it has been absolutely freezing here while we've been away. My mum was sending the most gorgeous photos of frosty mornings, -5 on the thermometers, and sorry, I've got makeup brush bristles on my schnoz. Yeah, really cold days and nights here while we've been away. We left the heating on in the house just ticking, as in just not completely switched off, because we actually have underfloor heating and it's not ideal if your underfloor pipes get frozen. So thank goodness we did that. But what I didn't do was prepare my greenhouse for frosts. And I've got some microgreens, I've got some narcissus, and I've got some anemone. And I'm a little bit nervous about the anemone, so I'm gonna head in there now. There's a lady in our village, Jack, who often comes and helps with our garden in the summer when there's a lot more work to be done, and I saw on her stories she was literally making like, what's it called, that poppy stuff? Bubble wrap. She was literally making bubble wrap beds for her anemones. So yeah, I don't even know if the door was left open or not. So let's go and head into the greenhouse and see if anything has survived. Fingers crossed. Outfit of the day, just super cozy. I'll probably get changed into something a little bit smarter later. I've just got on a nice lily silk white knit. This is a strategy that I like to do on return from holidays. I always like to wear white because it makes the small tan that I do have look a little bit better. I never really try to get too much of a tan when we're away, obviously factor 50 because it's much better for your skin, and then I am in the shade during the hottest parts of the day, wearing a cap on my face, etc. But then also when you get home, especially if you go on holiday at this time of year, I'm literally covered from head to toe, thermals, leggings, so what is the point? What is the point? I always think to myself. Anyway, cannot wait to get my nails done on Tuesday because they are super grown out. I keep catching my hair underneath the bottoms of them where they're starting to like flick up. But yeah, they lasted really well, no chips or anything. I think this was a gel bottle colour. Anyway, enough chit chat. That's all very boring. Let's head into the greenhouse and then I think it's time to make some lunch. Well, I'm exceptionally glad that we're coming home to a blue sky day. It would be seriously depressing coming back to miserable rain, although I think that's probably not too far off. Well, this is a good sign. The door is shut. Ooh! This is a very good sign. My narcissus are blooming. They're looking really good, actually. So I planted these I think probably in November, just as the bulbs. I called it a bulb lasagna at the time, but obviously it wasn't because there's only one layer. But yeah, they're really lovely. You might remember a few weeks ago I propped them up. Well, this is a pleasant surprise. I thought you might be all flopped over and looking very miserable, my anemones. Anemone? And yeah, they're looking pretty sprightly. We've also got the bride anemones doing quite well over here. These all just look amazing when they grow up. Yes, in fact, I think these have sprouted really since we were away. These are starting to shoot up as well, so that's a good sign. These are really going wild. I think they probably need a little bit of support. What's over here? More narcissus looking quite happy. These will start to be growing outside soon, so no surprise that they're fine in the greenhouse. My pelargoniums probably need a little bit of water, but overall, I would say that's a great success. Are you okay, my bonbon? Oh, look at that sweet little boy with the wind blowing in his ears. Oh. You're definitely my tiniest friend. When? Teeny weeny? Oh, you're so scruffy. It's unlikely, but let's see if there's anything edible in the kitchen garden. What on earth is that? Oh, that is our old water tanks. We had them replaced while we were away. That was great timing. So, kitchen garden wise, the Cavolonia is looking quite sad. However, there's a few edible leaves left over here, which I might stick in an omelette tomorrow. There's a few carrots left. The herbs are still looking good. And we've got a little bit of kale, but really everything just needs tidying up and preparing for spring, really. We've got some very early signs of our 2024 rhubarb. No, nothing going on in there. I just have to show you this because it's rather hilarious. Charlie has actually left a note saying, please leave. On his delicates. I do have a little bit of a track record for shrinking a few of his things, so this is what it's come to. I apologise if you can hear the milk frother going off in the background. You might be thinking, why are you having an espresso when you've got a very fancy La Marzocco machine? It's actually been playing up a little bit since Christmas. I think we just overused it. It is designed for personal use, and we were literally making as many coffees as a cafe over Christmas. So yeah, Charlie needs to have a little look at that. But does anyone else, this is maybe a little bit naughty of me to say, but does anyone else find it a little bit hilarious that David Beckham is the new face of Nespresso when he so clearly has a La Marzocco machine in his documentary that we all saw on Netflix? We were laughing because there were so many similarities between David Beckham's habits and the things that Charlie does, even to the extent of like the coffee machine has to be cleaned to perfection after every use, and the coat hangers in his wardrobe have to all be perfectly spaced out and facing the right way. It was very funny. But yeah, we did have a little chuckle when we saw the Nespresso ad. Something that I'm just never going to be able to give up. I was actually reading a book which one of you guys recommended called Food Isn't Medicine while we were away, and I would give it maybe a 6 out of 10. I definitely prefer, I preferred reading Tim Spector's Spoon-Fed while we were away. I preferred Dr. Peter Attia's Outlive. They just felt a lot more kind of professional, whereas Food Isn't Medicine, I guess the whole idea of the book is to combat a lot of these big fads and things that we see a lot of online, like talking about keto diet and intermittent fasting, things like that. And I thought it'd be a really interesting read to kind of get the other side of the story, or the opposing opinion to what I have been reading. And I did find the book quite sarcastic, and it was a very, I don't know if this is a good descriptive word, but it was very woke. Like, I don't know how to describe it other than saying it did feel quite woke, which I didn't mind, but it wasn't my favourite style of the way that it was written. But it was saying that a lot of the foods that we've been kind of led to believe are not so good for us, including pretty much an entire chapter on vegetable oils and things like rapeseed oils. He was saying that actually there's no real conclusive evidence that they're not good for us. There might have been some conclusive evidence that they're not good for rats and mice in these studies, but I would say his most common line throughout the whole book was, "Remember, you are not a mouse." On the flip side, I would say that if there is evidence that a certain substance is giving mice medical issues, then do we really want to be consuming that substance as humans? Possibly not. But anyway, I'm not going to go into a big health chat in my first video back from our holiday. But yeah, I'm not going to demonize this so much in the way that I had done previously. And even though I was thinking that it was not the best thing for me, that did not stop me from consuming this. I try not to have it as the first thing that I consume in the morning, but you just really can't beat it. Anyway, I'm not going to go on about that today. I'm going to enjoy my coffee, complete with frothed up Oatly Barista oat milk. And I'm gonna have a little flick through my NFU Countryside magazine. If you watched all the Vlogmases, you might know that a subscription to this was one of the gifts from Charlie this Christmas. And I don't know, it just shows our changing, changing interests. The fact that a farming magazine I actually genuinely find really fascinating now. And we had a lovely delivery yesterday from La Durée. It is their limited edition Valentine's Day red and pink heart box of macarons. So I'm going to open this up. Yay, my favourites. Let me know down below which is your favourite macaroon. I have definitely got a top 3. Number 1, unsurprisingly, is pistachio. Number 2, I would say, is the raspberry with the raspberry jam in the middle. Number 3, maybe a bit controversial, but I do quite like the vanilla and orange blossom. I think that's what this one is. But yes, this is their limited edition Valentine's Day box, which is very cute. So I'm just going to take my top 3 on a little plate and enjoy them with my coffee, with my farming magazine while this wash load finishes. Yeah, that's the plan. Okay, so I've got a few interesting facts to share with you from the first 12 pages of the Countryside magazine. The first fact is that well done to Morrison's, because they are the first British supermarket and they now have a Brit Click campaign, and you can actually click on a Buy British tab on their website. So if you want to make sure that the food that you're buying as part of your weekly shop are British grown, then you can click on the Buy British tab on Morrison's, which is amazing. That's one fun fact. Another fun fact is that, where was it that it said? On the next page. Yeah, so the UK has 46 areas of outstanding natural beauty, or AONBs, one of which, and in my opinion the best of which, is obviously here in the Cotswolds, or the Cotswolds itself is an AONB, and they are going to be rebranded as National Landscapes this year as part of a government bid to boost the understanding of their significance, which is very exciting. So our area is getting a rebrand. And Another interesting bit of news is that a 25,000 square metre vertical farm is being completed, construction is being completed near Norfolk this year, with LED lights and ultra efficient energy to produce crops on just 4 acres of land. I guess where they say 25,000 square metres, that is the growing space, because do you remember when I talked to you about Oulé Skincare, how they have a vertical farm just outside Paris, where basically inside these vertical farms you can control the lighting, the humidity, the temperature, so we're able to really perfectly grow so many different things. And it just makes so much sense that we have a big one here in the UK to produce crops that you're very unlimited with what you can grow in these vertical farms. So that is very exciting. And then I just told Charlie that is actually such a nice kitchen advert. Look at the colour of these units and that gorgeous Aga. Yeah, I just read out this fact to Charlie. Apparently the reason why cows have to be rotated around in their fields is because when a bit of grass is bitten as opposed to just being lawn mowed, it actually goes into shock and doesn't grow back until another 21 to 30 days later. So the cows can't just like stay in one field, because they will literally nibble it all away and it won't grow back. So that's why cows get rotated around from field to field. I presumed it was to do with the grass growing back, but I didn't realize that grass grows back differently when it's bitten as opposed to being lawn mowed. So there we go. There's your fun farming facts for today. I thought I would do a little beauty unboxing with you. It's Sunday today, and this just arrived via Royal Mail. Since when do Royal Mail deliver on Sundays? That is mind-blowing to me. I always think of the Harry Potter, is it Mr. Dursley? And he's like, no post on Sundays. What's the best thing about Sunday, Dudley? No post on Sundays. That was the first Harry Potter film, isn't it? What a throwback. Anyway, this is an order that I placed yesterday while on the aeroplane using BA Wi-Fi to stock up on my essentials, basically, from Look Fantastic. It's just the kind of bits that maybe I don't talk about that often, the things that are just regular, the workhorses in my beauty routine, and a few bits that I need to top up on. So I thought I would show you these little beauty essentials, if you will. I do believe that we have a discount code for Look Fantastic, so I will leave that up on the screen here, and I'll leave these bits linked in the description box down below so that it'll take you straight to them to make your shopping really easy if you would like to add any of these to your beauty routines. Look Fantastic have got so many incredible brands, and it's just so easy to get all of your beauty essentials, from your hair tools to your wellness pieces to your, you know, everyday requirements, just all in one place, which is what I absolutely love about them. So first of all, we have got my micellar water. I don't know if I've actually tried this flavour before. It says a new formula. It's the rose water from Garnier. There are so many micellar waters out there, but honestly, I'm pretty sure they nearly all do the exact same thing. So I'm not really a big fan of spending a lot of money on a micellar water. If a lovely brand sends me one to try, then of course I will use it. But when I'm buying myself a top-up, good old Garnier, you just can't really go wrong. And I use a micellar water on a reusable cotton pad every single morning as my first cleanse, and I very often just do it as almost like a third cleanse in the evenings as well, just in case there's anything else that I need to remove on my skin. I am nearly out, this is my old one, of the By Terry Sunny Flash CC Serum. It's just the most gorgeous base to give you a real lip from within glow. So what I like to do is, obviously my serums, my moisturizer, my SPF. I leave my SPF on my skin for around 15 minutes, and then I will apply this before putting my makeup on, and it just really helps you to look healthy and to glow. It has got skincare benefits, hydration, radiance and colour correction, but to be honest, especially like now when my body is maybe a little bit more tan than my face, it just helps to bring the warmth and the healthiness to my face. I'm actually, even though there's a tiny bit left in this, I know that it's very old, so I'm actually gonna ditch the old one. There's only like 2 pumps left in there anyway. This is quite funny because I actually, not slated, but dissed, I guess you could say, hair burst in my 10 healthy habits video. I was talking about supplements. I need to take mine this morning, I haven't taken them yet today, and how you should avoid ones with too much sugar in them. But anyway, this is not a supplement. This is their Lash and Brow Enhancing Serum, and I like to, as also part of my everyday routine at the moment, let me show you what I'm using. So I bought the Ordinary's Lash and Brow Serum, but I didn't like the applicator. It was like one of those really thin, almost like a lip pencil brush. But I like my brow serum to be applied with a bristle brush. So I took the bristle brush, can you see? I don't know if you can see it. I took the bristle brush out of my old, I think it was a Rapid Lash, and stuck it in the Ordinary's brow serum. And then I'm actually praying that this is going to be a brush. Yes, thank goodness. So this is a bristle brush, which is great because then when you've done your skincare routine, when you've done all your serums, even when I'm going to bed, so this one's actually going to live in our bathroom downstairs, I like to just brush through my brows before I go to bed, because then I honestly feel like I look so much better just when I've shaped my brows. My brows kind of just flop down and don't really do anything when I've not brushed through them. So I know it sounds silly because I'm literally just going to bed, but it helps me to stick to my brow serum routine. And yeah, I'm quite happy with my brows at the moment, considering maybe a year ago I didn't really have any. They have been growing back. Sometimes I don't even feel the need to put any pencil on, I just use my bare brow. But yeah, for longer natural lashes and thicker, stronger brows, vegan formula. I won't use this on my lashes. I've got this thing with lash serum, and I really feel like sometimes it's just too heavy for my eyes, and I often find that when I use lash serum, I get really like baggy under my eyes, and I always look tired and I look a bit puffy. So yeah, I'll just be using that on my brows in the evening. I'll have that in the bathroom downstairs, and then I'll have my little combo up here. Another absolute essential that I get through, I probably get through one of these every couple of months. I think there was a special offer. Yeah, I got 2 because it was like a bundle pack. It's the Redken One United All-in-One Multi-Benefit Treatment Spray. I use this every time I wash my hair. I take it out of the hair towel and then I spray this into my hair, and then I add an oil or a cream into the ends. It has so many benefits: quick drying, detangling, anti-humidity, fluffifying, split end repair, heat repair. It's incredible. I could not recommend this any more highly. I also think that I got, yes, from Pureology. Now Pureology and Redken are both owned by L'Oreal, and I think their formulas are really similar. There's also a product from Pureology, I think it's called the Best for Blondes spray, and it's basically identical to this. Is it called the hair filler or something? Something like that. But yeah, it's also great. If the Pureology version is on offer, then I'll buy that, or I'll buy the Redken one. But this, I was influenced by Fleur de Force in her, what was the video called? I think it was just her 2023 beauty favourites. And this is a top coat and toning product from the Colour Fanatic range at Pureology, which I'm a huge fan of. And I think if you are a blonde like me, and maybe your hair is in need of a little refresh when it comes to the colour, if you like your colour to be a little bit more ashy, and take away any yellow tones, that's what Fleur was saying that this does. So next time I wash my hair, I'll give that a go. Right, so next is a facial tanning serum. This is from Tan Luxe, and as I mentioned before, I wear a cap on holiday, factor 50, and even if I do get a tan on my face, where I'm wearing makeup and then cleansing thoroughly every day, my face gets pale a lot more quickly than my body. So I wanted a nice tanning serum for my face, and I find that Tan-Luxe products work so well, and this one's really easy to integrate into your skincare routine. It's mixed with hyaluronic acid and it just gives you such a nice glow. I'm always tanning my face, whether it's with drops that I put in my existing serum, full tan serums, or a mist. I love the Saint-Tropez Purity Mist. So yes, that's going to be very helpful. The brand that I wish I had invented, face halos. I am such a huge advocate of face halos. I know that you guys have seen me using them a million times. In every single evening skincare routine, you'll see me using a face halo, and I decided that a few of mine are looking a little bit worse for wear, so I decided to treat myself to this little this multi-pack of pink ones. Annoyingly, this one is an exfoliating one, and I don't normally use exfoliating ones, so I kind of wish there was just 3 of the regular ones in there. These are what I use every single day as my first cleanse. I will often do 2 cleanses after this, but what it does with simply adding water, you don't add any product, simply by adding water, these will take the makeup off your face. It's amazing. So then when you go in with your cleanser, you're actually cleaning your skin, as opposed to using your lovely cleanser to get rid of makeup. You might as well use something reusable like this to get rid of your makeup, and then use your gorgeous cleansing products to actually get the benefits of them on your skin. So could not recommend these any more highly. Amazing gifts. Just try them, because trust me, you will love them. I will leave this set linked down below. I would also recommend getting a load of the black ones. I also randomly have a load of red ones, and then obviously you just stick them in the washing machine and they come perfectly clean. So I probably have about 20 face halos in rotation, and I swear by them. How funny. This is what I was talking about earlier from Pureology. I must have seen this and then seen the Red Ken on special offer. I'd be interested to know what the price differences are. Are they all 200ml? This is 150ml, this is 200ml, so bear that in mind. 21 essential benefits leave-in conditioning spray. Detangling, blow drying, moisturizes parched hair, helps smooth the hair fibre, weightlessly conditions, primes hair for styling, helps prevent split ends, helps prevent from breakage from brushing and combing, helps strengthen the hair fibre, helps protect against heat damage, protects against environmental aggressors. There are literally 21 benefits listed on this, and if you have got blonde, very easily breakable hair, and maybe it's a little bit knotty, try this, because it is sensational. Whew, okay, last couple of bits. I did mention in my beauty clear out video from the beginning of the year that I was looking to treat myself to some new brushes. This is a brand called So Eco, and this is their multitasking brush. This window apparently is not plastic, it's made from cornstarch. I think they're all completely biodegradable as well. Compostable, recyclable, and biodegradable. The bristles are super soft and cruelty-free. That looks like a gorgeous brush. I can imagine using this for buffing and blending foundation, popping powder on, blusher. You could even use this for quite precisely adding bronzer to certain places, and it's got very satisfying, I don't know if you can see, little dents here. Don't know if you can see them. So it just makes it really satisfying to hold. Love that. So that's my first brush from So Eco. I'll let you know how I get along with it. And then Spectrum did a collaboration with Katie Jane Hughes, and I just loved the colour of these brushes. I think this is her number 2 brush from the collection, but how gorgeous. Dark green with a gold tip and then a white brush. Ooh, that has got to be one of the most beautiful makeup brushes I have ever seen. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And that looks like a really practical brush, again, for just applying powder. So many different uses. Cannot wait to use that one. And then last but not least, this is also from the So Eco company. This is their detangling hairbrush. I thought this looked a little bit like wet brush. I actually dropped one of my wet brushes the other day and sadly it snapped. So I'm in need for a new in-shower hairbrush, and this looks absolutely perfect. What is it made of? That's just amazing that it's compostable and biodegradable. Love that. As I mentioned in the Maldives when I was talking about my switching to a more natural deodorant, I am conscious when I'm buying anything new to try and find the more sustainable option. You might be able to pick apart many things that I've shared in this video, and perfection is not what we're striving for, but when I'm presented with two choices, for example, a plastic hairbrush or one that's going to decompose and biodegrade, I'm leaning towards buying the more sustainable version, especially when, I mean, this literally looks like a wet brush, feels like a wet brush, it's really nice and lightweight. There are no downsides in this instance to choosing the more sustainable version, so that's what I'm trying to change, just one product at a time, choosing the more sustainable version. Oh, there is actually one more thing that I haven't showed you because I got it out the way early on, but yeah, I hope that makes sense, and maybe if we all make little changes and it makes a big impact. This I didn't need. Everything else here I kind of needed. This I didn't need because Charlie actually bought me a new hair wrap for Christmas, but I actually just couldn't resist this one. And the ones that Charlie bought me are very practical and like quite thin, whereas this looks like a really luxurious hair wrap. So on the inside it is microfiber, so it's going to help to dry my hair, but on the outside it is pink satin. So if, for example, I'm just going to be sat around doing my makeup while my hair is drying, then this is going to ensure that I look a lot more glamorous. So there we go. Those are the pieces I picked up in my essentials order from Look Fantastic. I will leave them all linked down below, as well as the discount code information. And as I'm using all of these bits over the next couple of days, well, and months and years, I will show you and report back, especially things that I'm like switching to, like the brush, my new makeup brushes, but then yeah, things like this. You'll have heard me talking about this 12 million times, so the old faithfuls, that's what they are. So I'm gonna spread these all around the house now and then get ready to go to the pub. Yeah. Dixie! Oh, you're so handsome. We've just got back from a little dog walk, and sometimes I look at this house and I really can't make sense of it, because these two rooms here, that window and that window, that's our office, and then that is the stairs going up to my dressing room. But what is this? What is here? There's really not that much else going on inside the house, and yet that's pretty much a third of the width of the house there. Crazy. Good morning, my darlings. It is 10 to 7 in the morning. The jet lag is working in my favour in the mornings because I have been up for a couple of hours and very much ready to get going for my Monday morning Pilates, which I'm so excited for. It has been, well, like 16 or 17 days since I last did a reformer Pilates class, so I'm so looking forward to it. I've got a double whammy. You guys know the drill. Monday mornings, reformer Pilates, and then the lower body sculpt class at the gym that I go to. So really looking forward to that. I've got on my absolute coziest Pilates outfit because it is so chilly, and the wind was howling down this fireplace last night, so much so that Charlie actually had to put earplugs in. It's been so windy, so I'm going to have to drive really carefully because I'm sure there'll be a few branches in the road. Gym outfit wise, you can't really see, but dark green Adenola leggings. They are the ones with the cross detail. I've actually got that really nice lightweight Fanker t-shirt on as an extra layer, and this very cozy brown teddy bear throw-on top, which is from Varley a couple of years ago. I'm so tempted by the new Varley collection, but I did say I don't need any new workout bits, so I'm going to practice a little bit of self-control. I'm going to pop on my barefoot trainers. I ordered these and they arrived while I was away because I love slip-on trainers. They're from APL. And they're really nice for like getting myself to the gym, but because I've got the lower body class today, I prefer working out in barefoot shoes. So yeah, that's my gym outfit of the morning. Finished Pilates, I've got my matcha, doing a little shot now, and doesn't this just look absolutely gorgeous? They've got some twisted willow in with a narcissus in this giant low bowl. I think that could look so lovely outside the house. Definitely need to do a little DIY version. Let's see what they've got in the greenhouse. That's literally been my breakfast this morning. Oh my gosh, so delicious. So here we are in my happy place in the greenhouse. I'm doing a no makeup day today. There's just no point in putting any makeup on after a morning. Oh, I think I've grabbed Charlie's fleece by accident, never mind. I just need some extra layers. Yeah, morning of Pilates, mid-afternoon just catching up on a lot of work, admin, lots of emails to catch up on after holidays. And now I'm gonna do a little bit of gardening, kind of. I mean, it's a very cold day to do gardening. Hello, my Dexy. Come on then, let's have a kiss. Let's have a kiss. Oh. 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 Fellow dog owners, do you think your dogs are born with their personality, or do you think that your personality as their human gives them their personality? Because I definitely think it's the latter, because I think we've made these boys needy and totally bonkers. He's always my shadow. Ever since we got back from our holiday, he's just been my shadow. That was nice, very smelly. So I'm just going to do one little job this afternoon. I'm going to take my bucket around the garden and I'm going to take the leaves off our hellebores, because that really sends the energy back down into the root again, and it can encourage your hellebores to have a second flowering, which would be lovely. You're very smelly and heavy. I'm going to put you down. Yeah, so I'm going to basically de-leaf my hellebores, and I'm just going to have a little look in the kitchen garden, see if there's anything that needs cutting back. So yeah, very exciting. I probably should put some non-white shoes on. Yes, I'm gonna have a change of footwear and then let's get pruning. Ooh, side note, I've literally just pressed live on our most requested blog post of all time, which is our Cotswold recommendations. We've done a little update for 2024. It's not too long. I mean, I could have done like a 10,000 word essay on Cotswold recommendations, but we've kept it quite succinct so that it's not too overwhelming. But we wanted to share top pubs, top, like, mental animal. What are you barking at? It's a squirrel. It's a squirrel in Dexy's garden. Top pubs, top like cafes, top places to visit, top villages, and obviously the best place to stay is Strawtop Cottage. By the way, this year is looking pretty full. We have got a lot of bookings, but I think we have still got some availability in March and April. And quite honestly, spring in the Cotswolds is just gorgeous. You could come and do some wild garlic picking if you come in those months. So I will leave the link to book Strawtop Cottage down below, just in case you want to have a nice little staycation. And I will give you a Strawtop 2 update very soon. I have just ordered the sofa for Strawtop 2. It's going to be gorgeous. I think everything that we learned from Strawtop 1, we're taking forward and improving on in Strawtop 2. So it's going to be really lovely. But anyway, enough chit chat. I'll leave the blog post link down below. I'll show you a little preview of it on the screen here and have a little look at that if you're coming even for the day, for a week, for a weekend. I think you'll find it very useful, and I actually have a really long note saved on my phone, and anyone that direct messages me on Instagram asking for more information, I basically just send you the note that I've got on my phone. So don't be afraid to ask or email if you want more recommendations. And we're going to be putting a lot more local things, like local businesses, on the Strawtop Cottage Instagram. So at Strawtop Cottage on Instagram, we'll share a lot more kind of local businesses that we love, places to visit, places to eat. For example, I just found out that one of the best walnut producers in the country is in our nearest town. So I definitely want to pay them a visit and just chat to them about producing walnuts. I just think we're surrounded by so many amazing businesses and incredible producers around here. So it would be nice to highlight them somehow. Okay, let's get gardening. Crazy lighting in here. So something that all gardeners know is that mint is mental. It's absolutely crazy. Do not ever put mint in a garden bed because it will take over. You always have to put mint in a tub by itself so that it cannot take over your entire garden, because trust me, it would if it could. So what I was just doing was trimming back a very, not old, but like last year's mint, so that I can put some compost down. I don't need to plant anymore, because once a mint root has been in soil, it will basically forever be a mint bed. So all I need to do is put some compost on top of that pot and the mint will start to grow up again. In fact, it already started growing a little bit on some of the, I mean, look at that, it's been growing throughout winter. Very, very good. But anyway, we actually need some mint for inside the house as well, and Charlie was talking about going and buying some more, and I was like, no darling, mint is something that you should just never need to buy because it's so prolific. So what I thought I would actually do, inspired by, for example, some of these bits that I've just pulled up, can you see? That's got a root system within it. So I've got a terracotta pot and I'm just going to fill it with compost, stick that one, maybe I'll do like 5, bit of root in there. Give it a water, and I bet within a couple of weeks we'll have a flourishing pot full of lovely, fresh, homegrown mint. So let's give it a try. This pot has got a hole in the bottom for drainage, but of course you want to put some bits of broken terracotta down at the bottom, because then it stops the soil from just congealing. And if you've got some peat-free compost, you probably also want to add a little bit of drainage bits as well, some vermiculite or something like that. So let's do it. I'm always a little bit afraid of spiders in compost bags. Ugh. I'm just like shoving my hand into a dark abyss that could be full of spids. I'm actually too afraid to do that. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I need to tip it into something. No, be brave, Josie, just do it. Okay, no spiders. No spiders in that one either. Okay, it's about half full of compost. I'm now literally just gonna I don't have any idea if this is gonna work, but I'm just gonna shove a few bits of mint in there. If anything, this will help remind me what I'm trying to grow. This one has got the root, so I'm feeling quite positive about that one. I have no idea if this is gonna work, but my logic tells me that it will. Look at this. So this is something that I pulled up, and you can see it's got such a mega root structure and new mint plants already trying to grow up from this. So I'm definitely going to plant this one in here. Prolific mint shoot. Okay, that'll do. That'll do, donkey. Okay. So next I'm just going to have a little rummage in my seed box, because I really want to do some microgreens. You can buy specific microgreen seeds. And one that I really like to buy specifically is broccoli microgreen seeds. You can actually get them on the Buy Whole Foods Online website, which I definitely recommend. You can get really big bags of them. I've definitely got one somewhere. I need to have a little rummage, but I thought I'd have a look in here as well, because so many different things can be made into microgreens. I know, for example, rocket, you definitely can, so I think I'll do some rocket. And do we have any beetroot in here? I quite like to do beetroot microgreens. Peas, you can definitely do peas, and that's a really, really nice one as well, because pea microgreens are really pretty. They go all curly and spirally, so lovely to put on like an avocado toast or on a salad or things like that. Microgreens, they are pretty much foolproof. They always work, and they are so good for you. As I mentioned before, you don't even need a greenhouse, you don't need a garden, you just need a windowsill or a kitchen counter, and in 2 weeks you will have the most delicious, good for you little shoots that you can put on so many different dishes. Okay, right, I think that's enough to do for today. 5 different types. Here I am getting carried away, as always. I don't really think there's any seed that doesn't work as a microgreen. I'm yet to try any and it not work, so yeah, let's give these a go. I've never done kohlrabi microgreens before. I might just give it a quick Google because I don't want to waste any seeds, but I don't see why it shouldn't work. Okay, I just did a very quick Google, and kohlrabi microgreens are one of the fastest growing microgreens and can be ready to harvest in as little as 7 to 10 days according to Google, which is amazing. Apparently they taste mild and peppery, making them versatile and easy to incorporate into various dishes without overpowering flavors. I did, however, just say that I wasn't sure if there was anything that you can't do for microgreens, and it does actually say on Google that you shouldn't eat shoots from tomato, aubergine, pepper or potato, as they are in the nightshade family and could be toxic. However, kohlrabi microgreens have many health benefits, full of antioxidants, great for fiber, vitamins A, C and B complex, calcium, potassium, copper, which is basically all the immune building, energy pumping and bone strengthening good stuff. So moral of the story, grow microgreens. They are just incredible for you. And also I have to say, if you, like me, I hold my hands up and say I have got a problem with buying seeds, I always buy far too many, it's actually ridiculous. You can do this with your spare seeds because it's the exact same seeds as what you grow in your garden. So what you'll need is a fairly flat dish. Doesn't have to be flat, but these are tiny little plants. Like, they only are going to grow to this big. They don't have much of a root system, so there's not really much point in filling a whole pot with compost when the roots are only going to go down like this much. Whew. It is so windy, it's crazy. I feel very protected in my little greenhouse. So yeah, basically I've just put some old soil down at the bottom of this. I'm going to put a fresh layer of compost, and then let's have a look. I think kohlrabi seeds are tiny, so you probably don't even need to like bury them. You can just sprinkle them on top. Yeah, I can see they are teeny weeny. Teeny weeny. There's actually not very many in here, so I'll probably get like 30 shoots, but that's enough for 5 avocado on toasts, which is great. But I will probably do some rocket microgreens in the same tray, just because that's a lot of space for just 20 or so microgreens. Okay, let's get some compost in. Where did I put my trowel? Where's my trowel? Where is it? I've lost my trowel. It's also a very soil efficient thing to grow because that's literally 2 trowelfuls of compost. It's also a really wonderful thing to start growing it this year when you just cannot wait to get into your greenhouse, but really it's too cold to do any proper gardening, and not much really grows at this time of year, but you can always rely on microgreens. As long as there's a little bit of warmth and a little bit of sunshine, then they should grow. So I'm not being too careful here, I've just sprinkled them there. Okay, that's done. Where are my rocket seeds? This is perfect because these seeds are very similar size to the kohlrabi. And as any Tim Spector followers will know, variety is key. So this is going to be so good for you to have a couple of different types of microgreen. Perfect. So there we go. I have labelled them as rocket and kohlrabi, and I've just popped the date on, just for my own knowledge. I can let you know how long they take to germinate. So I'm just going to pop these here on the windowsill. They should get enough sunshine there. I'm going to do the peas today, and then I'm going to stop because I do tend to get carried away, and I think that 4 types of microgreen will be the perfect place to start for this year's harvest. So as an FYI, the seed size can give you a little bit of a clue as to how deep you should plant them. So the seeds that I just did for the rocket and the kohlrabi, they were like mini, so they can go on top of the soil, whereas a pea seed is essentially a dried up old pea, or baby pea that never got eaten, and because they're significantly bigger, these do need to have a little layer of soil on top, which is why I did it in this little terracotta pot. Just a thin layer. Normally you want the layer of compost you put on top to be about twice the thickness as the seeds that you've just been planting. And make sure it's nice and light, nothing too lumpy that would prevent the new growth from coming up. Okay, my darlings, I feel really good for spending a little bit of time in the greenhouse today, and now I'm back in the kitchen and I'm a little bit peckish. I did have some salady bits for lunch, but it just didn't really hit the spot. Now, this might be the last thing that you expect. Well, actually, I don't think it would be the last thing that you'd expect me to make because the main ingredient is cheese, but possibly not the most January thing to make in the world. But you know, I have that thing where when I see something, it really plants the seed, and then I can't stop thinking about it until I eat it. It's always cheese related goods. At Christmas it was fondue. Throughout my entire life it's macaroni cheese, but a couple of days ago I saw someone share on Instagram, it might even have been this morning or last night, I saw someone share the most amazing looking grilled cheese sandwich, and I actually bought this biltong from Daylesford this morning thinking how amazing it would be with a grilled cheese sandwich. So that is what I'm about to make at 3:30 on this January afternoon. Now, a few things with a grilled cheese sandwich. Obviously the bread is very important. I would recommend a really nice sourdough. I actually happen to have some like seeded loaf here. So 2 slices of seeded loaf. You want some salted butter, and I would recommend buttering both sides of your bread so that it gets amazingly crispy. And then something else that I would recommend are using 2 different types of cheeses. It really just elevates the entire cheese toasty experience. This morning at Daylesford they had these little samples, like little sample bits, like the brownie, but of cheese, of this goat's Gouda cheese. Oh my goodness, it is so delicious. And then I've got some good old Parmesan that also needs eating up. I will have it with some biltong, and then I've also got some brownie apple and chili chutney. This is from a company called Rosebud Preserves from Yorkshire. Oh, it literally says ideal with cured meats and farmhouse cheddar. And then I've also got some of this organic fig and balsamic chutney from Daylesford, and I'm just gonna like dip the corner of my cheese toasty into these, and it's making my mouth water just thinking about it. So you will of course need a griddle pan or a like heavy sturdy cast iron pan. Ooh, I'm excited to do this, so let's get started. Put this in the Arga for a few seconds just to melt down a little bit more, but it is looking and smelling amazing. And I just tried this biltong, and I'm very sorry for anyone doing a meat-free January. This is one of the most delicious biltongs I have ever tried, and it's all from the Daylesford herd, so nice grass-fed beef. Oh my gosh, it's delicious. Okay, I have 2 announcements. First is to say that this is absolutely delicious with the chutney and the biltong. Elite level snack. Second thing to say is that I just went on Instagram and I have seen a mac and cheese toasty. Oh my goodness me. Did you hear that, Dickens? That is absolutely sensational. They've done a gochujang mac and cheese and put it in a cheese toasty. Oh my gosh, I feel like after a long afternoon in the garden or a long country walk, this is what you need to consume. Right, I'm gonna sit down for 10 minutes, enjoy this absolute 10 out of 10 snack, and then I'll catch up with you later. Okay, that was undoubtedly one of the most delicious things that I have ever eaten. Would definitely recommend. I just came downstairs to unbox a Mrs. Alice order here, and I've just seen the most hilarious thing that I have to share with you. I'm just going to use my phone to hide our address, which is printed at the top here, but Charlie has printed out a bin collection schedule. How hilarious is this? So we've got food waste, recycling, grey bins and garden bins, and he's done a timetable. Right, bin schedule aside, we arrived home to this massive box from Mrs. Alice. I think Charlie actually placed this order to get a few more nutcrackers, because a lot of the nutcrackers that we loved this Christmas were from Mrs. Alice, and I think they went into the sale. I'm not sure if they'll still be in the sale, but I'll leave them linked down below if they are. I've had mixed experiences with Mrs. Alice. I'm sorry about the blueness, by the way. It's getting very dark outside and very cold lighting. The first time I ever placed an order with them, 8 weeks went by and nothing arrived. And it got to the point where even the customer service people weren't replying to me. I actually had to find actual Alice on Instagram and message her to be like, where is my order? It was the lovely scalloped tray that I've got in my dressing room. And then she gave me her PA's WhatsApp number. It was all very strange, so it was not the best customer experience, but they have got some really nice bits on there, and we've ordered from them since then and it's been okay. So yeah, two sides to the story. I'm just gonna have to move you because that lighting is so awful. I don't know if that's any better. This is the joy of this time of year. But anyway, let's have a little rummage in here. So everything comes wrapped up in tissue paper. It's really beautifully presented, and they have got such a nice selection of products on their website. Ooh. This is really funny because Charlie bought all of these pieces, not me, but that is definitely the kind of thing that I would purchase. I'm guessing that a lot of the Halloween or autumn or Christmas things were in the sale, but yeah, I very much approve of this. It's got like green plaited, it's like straw material. Yeah, love that. I'm guessing there's loads of these pumpkins. Slightly bigger one. Slightly flatter one. I'm guessing that he's bought multiple so that we can put them in Straw Top Cottage as well. Little green reindeer. He's rather adorable. Are the pumpkins for Straw Top?
Yeah, that was the idea. Most of it's a straw top was the idea, but if there's stuff you really like...
I think we should keep one of each pumpkin and some of the reindeer. They're so lovely.
Yeah. Quite the Mrs. Alice sale haul. As you can see, Charlie has chosen very seasonal pieces, a mixture of rattan, pumpkins, and nutcrackers and reindeer. I love the colour of this sage green nutcracker. He looks a little bit menacing, doesn't he? But yeah, we love having these in our guest bedrooms and just dotted throughout the house as a way of adding festive touches that we can obviously bring out year after year and add a little bit of festivity to the bedrooms. And as I mentioned, for Straw Top Cottage as well. Now we've got two small and one medium-sized rattan reindeer. They're actually really heavy. They're quite substantial. I think they're really nice quality, and I love the slightly more natural look to them where they are this rattan straw material. Obviously the pumpkins, two different sizes, again really nice green, really nice natural materials. I think we'll keep a couple here and take the rest to the cottages. And then we've got some very sparkly bling nutcrackers here as well. Two different kinds of nutcracker. And yeah, he's chosen very well. So I've saved some of the packaging here for our storage purposes. This area looks so empty at the moment without the Christmas tree. Very, very sad. But yeah, there we go. That is the Mrs. Alice sale haul. I'm actually going to have a look on their website now. Obviously, Charlie chose all these bits, but I might have a little look and see if there are any other delightful pieces.